get ready for yet another action-packed week for the stock market. Tons of economic data releases to watch out for every single day, including the non-farm payrolls number on Friday. We'll also digest the JOLTS job openings and the S&P Global and ISM Services PMI numbers. On the earnings front, buckle up for retailers like Lululemon and Dollar Tree, tech names like CrowdStrike, and favorites like NIO and DocuSign. Here's everything you need to know about the week ahead. A few reports to look out for on Monday morning, including Science Applications International. The IT company, which received a $232 million contract from the U.S. Army in early May, raises revenue guidance for fiscal 2025. Science Applications beat on revenue and missed on earnings last quarter, and they're expected to report quarterly revenue of $1.85 billion. The economic data prints for this week start right after the opening bell. At 9:45, we'll get the final S&P Global Manufacturing PMI print. A slew of ISM manufacturing data for May coming through at 10 a.m., PMI, employment, prices, and new orders. We'll also get the month-over-month construction spending for April at 10 a.m. At 11:30 a.m., we'll get the 3-month and 6-month bill auctions. Keep an eye on some of these biotech companies today as well. The 2024 American Society of Clinical Oncology annual meeting is underway. Companies including Eli Lilly, Merck, AstraZeneca, Pfizer, and Moderna are all slated to attend on Monday. After the bell, we'll get an earnings report from GitLab, which made headlines a couple weeks ago on reports that cyber attackers were able to take over accounts due to a flaw in the company's servers. Analysts including Wolfe Research and Raymond James upgraded their ratings for the stock following its last report. It projected an unexpected quarterly loss per share, but beat EPS and revenue estimates. Analysts are looking for $165.94 million in revenue for the quarter. We've got a couple more retailers reporting this morning before the bell, including Designer Brands and Bath & Body Works. Designer Brands posted a smaller than expected loss per share last quarter and beat revenue expectations, but the stock dropped after its last report due to a 7.3% decrease in comparable sales. The company projected fiscal year 2024 earnings per share between 70 and 80 cents, above the estimated 66 cents, and the stock has a 22% short float. Bath & Body Works also sold off after its last report when it provided weaker than expected earnings per share and revenue guidance for both Q1 and fiscal 2024. The report itself was pretty positive, though, with the company beating revenue and EPS estimates and announcing a $500 million share buyback program. Analysts are looking for revenue of $1.36 billion for Q1, the top end of the company's own guidance. HVAC company Ferguson is also slated to report before the bell. Some economic data coming through right at 10 a.m. The JOLTS job openings for April, which came in at 4.88 million last month. Also set to be released at 10 are the JOLTS job quits, factory orders for April, and the RCM TIPP Economic Optimism Index. CrowdStrike earnings on watch for after the bell. The cybersecurity and tech name got a price target increase from Morgan Stanley leading up to the report, with the analysts projecting that the firm could be worth $100 billion within the next year. CrowdStrike rallied after beating estimates and issuing strong guidance during its last report, and they're expected to post $902.24 million in revenue for Q1 2024. Also reporting after the bell are Hewlett-Packard and Stitch Fix. Another round of earnings to get things started on Wednesday, including Dollar Tree, which had a pretty rough Q4 2023. The company announced plans to close 970 of the stores in its Dollar family during its last report and posted a $1.71 billion net loss compared to $452.2 million in profit the previous year. Analysts are expecting $7.71 billion in revenue and earnings of $1.43 per share for Q1 2024. Campbell's Soup and Ollie's Bargain Outlet are also reporting before the bell. A series of economic data releases coming through on Wednesday morning, starting with the S&P Global Services PMI number at 9:45. At 10 a.m., we'll get ISM Services PMI data for May, which came in at 49.2 last month. We'll also get ISM Services employment, new orders, and prices for May, along with a business activity index. Big retail name reporting after the bell, it's Lululemon. The stock sold off after its last report due to weak guidance and growth concerns. It's also faced downgrades from Barclays and Wedbush, and Chief Product Officer Sun Cho announced her resignation in late May. The athletic apparel brand is expected to post $2.2 billion in revenue for Q1 2024. Let's see if these setbacks have influenced the company's performance. Victoria's Secret, Semtech, and ChargePoint are all reporting after the bell. ChargePoint could be one to watch. More than 28% of its shares are sold short. Thursday kicks off with a report from Chinese EV brand NIO, just a few weeks after peers Li Auto and XPeng released their earnings. The company reported revenue of 17.1 billion won, or 2.4 billion USD last quarter, beating analyst expectations and jumping 6.5% year over year. This revenue print did mark a 10% quarterly decrease due to fewer than expected vehicle deliveries. Delivery metric could be one to watch out for in their upcoming report, where analysts are expecting revenue of $2.65 billion USD. Other earnings to watch on Thursday morning include JM Smucker and Big Lots. Big Lots has a fairly significant short float, more than 23%, and is expected to post quarterly revenue of $1.04 billion. Whole bunch of data coming out at 8:30, including imports, exports, and the balance of trade for the month of April. We'll also get some data in the labor space, including non-farm productivity, unit labor costs, and jobless claims. At 11:30, we'll get the 4-week and 8-week bill auctions. After the bell, we'll get earnings from DocuSign, which reported an 8% year-over-year revenue increase and an EPS beat for fiscal Q4 2024. The company, which was involved in buyout talks with private equity firms earlier this year, provided forward guidance that was mostly in line with analyst expectations. DocuSign is expected to report $705.29 million in revenue for fiscal Q1 2025. Another name to watch here is Rent the Runway, which had quite the run after its last report. The stock jumped from around $5 to nearly $30 in the days following its Q4 2023 earnings report, where the company beat revenue expectations but posted a larger than expected loss per share. Analysts are looking for $73.2 million in revenue for Q1 2024. Near the low end of the company's own guidance of $73 million to $75 million. Major economic data print coming through on Friday morning. The non-farm payrolls for May are scheduled for 8:30 a.m. The NFP number for April came much lower than expected, 175,000 compared to the estimated 240,000. And the estimate for May is even lower at 151,000. Given the way that Fed speakers have emphasized labor strength in recent comments and the amount of labor and jobs data we're getting throughout the week, this number will definitely be one to watch. Some other employment-related data to watch out for at 8:30 a.m., including the unemployment rate, average hourly earnings, participation rate, and government and manufacturing payrolls. A few more numbers getting released throughout the day. Wholesale inventories for April are expected at 10 a.m., and the Baker Hughes oil rig counts are scheduled for 1 p.m. Our last piece of economic data in this busy week, the consumer credit change for April, is set to be released at 3 p.m. Last month's consumer credit change came in at $6.27 billion. And that's the week ahead. Tune in with us at 8:30 a.m. Monday to Friday on tradertv.live.